Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. Yes, it's time for another live stream drawing. Today is going to be a threefer, I think, I hope, time permitting. I'm going to draw a dinosaur. I'm going to draw Cthulhu in a bubble tea. And I'm going to draw another location on the Dungeons and Dragons map that I've been working on for a month. More than a month, maybe. Probably more than a month. Let's start with the Therizinosaurus, shall we? I have some references here, as you can clearly see. My name is Torrin Atkinson, and before we get too into it, let me remind you that I have a Facebook. I have what do you call it? I have the Discord. I'm just gonna grab this quick and throw it into the Discord so people know that I'm streaming. And there's my Discord right there, my Torrance art hole. And I also have what do you call it? The Patreon. Yes, the Patreon. For those of you who like the arts, support the arts. Arts. Can I say arts more? I think yeah, we're doing it. It's happening. Okay, awesome. Super duper. So it is Sunday morning in beautiful Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I've been asked. There's a what do you call it? A magazine, a Dungeons and Dragons OSR old school Renaissance magazine called Fight On! Exclamation point. And they have no budget, but they always the fellow Ignatius. I don't know if that is his real name, but maybe it is. He always asks, "Hey, we're doing another issue. Do you have any art lying around we can throw in there? We're doing a dinosaur issue." I don't know if that's public knowledge yet. Maybe I spoiled something. And I thought maybe I might draw a dinosaur for Fight On magazine. This ties in with another project I've been doing. I should let me see if I can find it for you. I've been going to yard sales, and I went to one today actually. And do I have it here? Yes, I do. About $10 worth of stuff, and in that stuff, two frames. I think they were 50 cents. No. Yeah. No, they were a little more expensive. I think they were $2 each, which, now that I think about it, probably overpaid. But that's okay. I bought a bunch of other stuff, so it all comes out. And for the purpose of drawing small pictures and making them available to anyone who enjoys collecting art and putting it on their wall. The last one I did, do I still have a... there it is. Yes, there it is. So, here's the last one I did. A little a little adventurer who has a baby gelatinous cube fallen onto their head. I don't know, maybe he stuck his head into a 1 foot by 1 foot sized hole. There was a gelatinous cube in there. You know, make up your own story about what happened. For one of these frames, I'm going to draw a Therizinosaurus. So I'm just here in Photoshop. I'm just kind of doing a rough sketch of an idea of what I'm going to put onto the final paper. So I feel like let's take all of these, put them into a group, make that group yellow. Everything else is still here. Okay, good. Let me. So the white is kind of like my the live area is where the art goes up to the edge of the frame. So I don't know why I'm doing that. So maybe I'll just put this here. Oops, I'm having brain troubles this morning. So this will be. Let me make a layer for my green. Green is fine. Let me choose a brush. It doesn't really matter that much because I am going to, I guess this is fine. Chisel nib should be fine. So originally, let me show you, because I think I have it. Let me get rid of these. This was I did some scribbles on paper yesterday morning? No, night before last. Thinking that I would draw the Therizinosaurus kind of coming at the viewer. Which is cool. So I was just doing some leg studies, some dinosaur leg studies, and there's a lot wild interpretations of the Therizinosaurus on the old internet. So nobody really is sure what exactly it looks like. This is we can take a look at some of the. Here's a really old school giraffe versions. This has been updated. Oh, this has been updated, so we can be pretty sure that this is not accurate. We have that one's nothing. We have this guy, which I quite like. This guy, I think I might. He's just so creepy looking, kind of looking like a turkey, which is cool. And then why are there all these blank ones? That can't be true. This is from I wanted to find out what the most recent version would be, so I found a paper that was from last year, and I feel like if it's a scientific paper, we can probably count on it for being up to date. So here we can see, I don't know if this is I guess this is a 3D composite of some kind. Herbivorous, I guess, and with the wings, the feathers, and the claws. And what else do we have? We have this one, which was one of our local friends here in Torrance Art Hole, Adam. He pointed this out. Where is it? Hey, there he is. There he is. He's right in the chat right now. You said they can't rotate their wrist downward. Pronation is impossible. Pronation. Oh, wait, what's happening? Why is that happening? Why did that suddenly pop up? Pronation is impossible, but they were capable of the same range of motion as bird wings. In Jurassic Park, they give them these weird broken wrist shapes to make their hands look more human. Right. System wasn't working for a bit. Okay, well, welcome here. So let's take a look at what you sent. So this will be extremely helpful. So I guess it's kind of like arm goes back, forearm goes forward, and this kind of goes in towards their body. Is that what I'm looking at here? This is what I'm looking at here. So when you say pronation, it means they can't do this, right? They can't do this with their wrist. Is that what pronation means? Pronation. Sounds like, reminds me of Kellogg's Pro Stars. Here's a version with a lot of feathers. Dun, 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 dun. Which is kind of cool, because it's different. But I'm not going to do that. Here's just a size comparison. And I think I know what happened to some of those. Let me take a look. There it is. So we'll take a look at this briefly. And put it at the top. We'll take. Well, look at it right now. I don't know if this is accurate. I don't know. This is. It says composite Therizinosaurus. So composite of what? Of all the different Therizinosaurs? Because I guess there's different species. So that might be helpful, anatomically speaking. What's over here? Here's another one. This one. Wow, look at that. No feathers on the tail. No feathers anywhere else. Interesting colors on there. This drawing, I'm going to delete that because there's nothing. There's nothing there that I want. And then this happy little fellow, which I think is from a video game. Theris are wonderful boys. All the smaller ones we found have feathers, but the big ones might not have had them for the same reason elephants don't. What? Elephants don't have feathers? The reason that elephants don't have feathers, it sounds like a riddle. What is the reason elephants don't have feathers? Because they don't need them? Is that why? So, yeah, I don't know how. I feel like I'm going to go more reptile, less bird in terms of like feather, in terms of the plumage, the beautiful plumage. There are dozens of species, and they all have the same kind of look. Extremely goofy animals. So, let me check this one last. Here we go. Here's another one. I like this. I like this one. This one I like. I like he's got the big pot belly. I like the kind of sparse, vulture-esque feathers. And, yeah. This is very much kind of like dinosaur bird as opposed to bird dinosaur, if that makes any sense. So looking back at my original, I could do this. I could actually let me copy this background. And now that I'm looking at it, I shouldn't do it portrait. I should do it landscape, right? Shouldn't I? Well, I guess it depends. If I go with this version, where the head... Here, let me grab this. Let me grab that. We'll have a gay old time. Then landscape would be appropriate. But if I do... There's something else I was thinking, which might be more interesting, because the head... I feel like the head is an interesting part, but is it the most interesting part? What if I did... Maybe I should do a different color here. Let's increase my brush size. Like, what if I did the old looking from behind and then the dinosaurs looking at you trope? So there's big black space. And then maybe there's feathers here. And then like almost twisting around. So I don't know. Would that work? Would that work? Would it? Something like that. It's got kind of a beak here. It looks like a Skeksis now that I think about it. It's like the Skeksis-Skeksis-osaurus. I feel like it's not, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the it's going to be in the eyes. A lot of the, the creepiness of this. So that's an option. And then, I don't know, I was watching, was it you, Adam, that sent me that video of your dinosaurs are wrong? Because I saw some renditions with the nostril up on the beak area here, and then I saw other renditions with it back behind the end of the beak here, like closer to there. I guess it's got little teeth for little toothy reasons. K-Tiff is in the chat. Welcome. That's the Ark Therizinosaurus. Ark is a video game, right? Am I right? Elephant fur, I meant. Okay. Dinosaurs. The pot belly is an important feature. Enjoy watching these as I do my own. Thank you, K-Tiff. And Adam says, since they were herbivores, the pot belly helped with that dish. Well, I guess we've got to put a pot belly on there. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer here. I guess whatever was on this layer is now gone. It's okay. I don't think I need this layer at all either. So I should, just so I don't get confused, I should put the green back on the green layer and maybe put it on top. Yeah, that was okay. This layer is garbage now. Oh yeah, there's my boy. There's my guy. Let's let me make my canvas just a little bit bigger. I don't know what music this is. It's James Horner, Battle Beyond the Stars. Probably will get picked up by the YouTube algorithm. I feel like his head should be more further down. Does that feel right? Maybe it needs to be more off in the distance too, if we're doing some extreme foreshortening. But that's all a little bit of shame, because his dorky head is quite, appealing. It's got visual appeal. And then, feathers on the tail or not? I feel like yes. I'm not sure if this composition is working for me because I'm just not getting enough. I don't know. Maybe here. Let me get rid of that. Leg. Hips, pot belly, and then we could get the other claw in front, maybe? This is not really... Where's his spine? His spine would be going down. This is his spine. Or her. Here's her spine. Maybe we don't put that other claw in. Could that work? That's not as foreshortened as I wanted it to be. And then we get the other. The other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to... Hey, Adam, maybe you can help me with this. Is there... What period, what era, what epoch where Therizinosaurus in? And follow-up question, what plant life would be applicable if I wanted to put like a plant, I don't know, here or something. Here, something in the foreground, like maybe you've just stumbled upon it. I'm not happy with this composition at all, but let's keep exploring a little bit. I feel like, and then this, you could have like a mane of sorts, but I feel like, let me save my work. Save it. What? Why? Oh, it's because it's recovered. Sure. Sure, that's fine. I'm just going to call this toast. You put it there. Doesn't matter. I'm not saving this for any reason, but in case it crashes. So, I don't know. What job would... What job would Therizinosaurus have in the Flintstones? Ooh. Right? Not a dishwasher. Maybe laundry? Laundry line? Like, do we want it to be looking directly at with its mouth open a little bit? I don't know. I don't. You know what? You know what I might do? And which may or may not be helpful? Let's go to our good friend, Mr. Sketchfab, and look up Therizinosaurus. Yeah, that's the one. I guess this one looks okay. Just in terms of what would its head look like? Its face look like? This guy's mouth is too open. But this is kind of fun. So here's my Sketchfab. Just kind of getting like, what? This is a cool angle, but I feel like if it's going to be looking directly at you, it doesn't really have the head shape for binocular vision. It's got this big schnoz in the way. Is it like looking up, or is it looking down, making it look more evil? Or is it looking up, making it look more silly? Or straight on? Straight on. Just as a guide. I don't know. And again, are those nostrils too far ahead? But let's imagine that this is the head shape, just so I can get an idea. Like its eyes would be here, and its schnoz would be here, and its little beaky beak. But I don't want its mouth to be as far open as the... I feel like that its head is too wide. Or something like that. Oh, hello, what happened there? Like, is that reasonable? That's the question. Make it look like a... I actually saw somebody had drawn Therizinosaurus as in a Wolverine costume, which I quite enjoyed. So, and like tongue out. You know, I don't know if their tongues can actually go outside of their mouths, but that might be fun to do. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I just draw it in here, and then suggestion of teeth. So this, if you can get that coming down a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not sure this is working for me. To be frank, I'm not sure if this angle is working for me. Let me just try something here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's stretch it. Oops, wrong way. Let's stretch it, making it more lanky. And then maybe I don't have to draw the whole thing. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing I could do. Okay, so we're going to try something different. Like, let's imagine here is rocks and plants. You know, they got those prehistoric plants, which may or may not be accurate for this. So, I don't know, a bush or something. And then I feel like that. No. I feel like that's more appropriate for a different dinosaur. So let's go back to the original thing I was planning. And then we can use this guy here. I mean, not a bad idea, but I think we can do better. I think I like the go with your gut. So, do we like that? Let me see. Draw a new... What's this? What's on this layer? Oh, okay. Let's make a new layer. We're going to make it blue. And I feel like we need to see a leg there. Again, we can put plants in the foreground. We don't... I feel like his head should be more like in this space. And maybe his claw is like coming over top of something. Is that something they could do? Would he be able to be like pushing? Would he be able to be... Let me look at that. These things that you sent. Adam, thank you so much. Maybe... Interesting. Alright, let me delete all this. Maybe the thing is here. A log or something. And this big old face is coming. Let me flop that. Transform. Autobots transform. So, yeah, maybe that works. Oh, e. There's something happening in the chat. With those claws, probably Cuisinart, Cative says in answer to the question, what would be the Therizinosaurus's job in the Flintstone? Cretaceous, you're looking at pines, ginkgo, cypress, ferns, and tree ferns and such. Horsetails, possibly, and some possible grass species. Okay. I will look into all that at another time. This is supposed to be just... I feel like I've done a lot of work with the sketch that I don't want to redo. So maybe we do keep that. Maybe here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw over the shape of the head. Did we get an answer to the question? Is this the correct... Is this the correct nostril location? N2 or N1? That's the question. Mr. Skeksis. And he's got his tongue sticking out there, which is great. So this is the... This would be the head. Maybe we take that head. We move it up closer to the... Oh, why is it not? Okay, here we go. Move it up closer to the... Maybe we make it even a little bit bigger. How about that? Give it a bit of an angle. Let's take our reference dude. Move him away from my space. Should I be looking at any other references? This is a good reference. Let's flop that. Transform horizontal. You can put him way up over here. Look at that tail. The tail is so short in this version. Information, Joe Hisaishi. I was at a yard sale today, as I mentioned. I picked up those frames, which possibly will be used for... But I also got... Where is it? R2-D2 for $1. Can you see him? Let me move my windows out of the way. R2-D2 for $1. And the thing comes down in the middle, I think. I'm going to try not to break it. You can see he's got the third... Okay, I'm not gonna push it out, because if it breaks, I'll be sad. Does his head move or swivel around? Yes, it does. and it's not too loose, and it's not too tight. So I think that was a good find for $1. Put that on my desk at work. But wait, there's more. Here is Animals of the Ocean, Giant Squid. I actually have a copy of this book already, but I like it so much I bought another one. Because it was, what was it? It was, I think it was in the $2 pile. The How book series. Okay, you can't see that. But it's very funny. Here's the page. Am I being eaten? Squid history. Coelacanth there. Fish are animals, as are other animals. Duties of squid appendages. This is a fun book. Squid dating, do's and don'ts. So obviously a book of humor. A book of marine biology and humor. What does the squid eat on an average day? In a pie chart. Alright, so I feel like this is a gift for someone, since I already have one. So I'm going to put it in my gift pile here. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Oh, can't fit it in. Okay, there it goes. Anything else fun? Socks. Banana soup socks. Think about that. All right. This ends the show and tell part of our live stream. Catif says 10 million things for my cat to chew on, and it chooses the ones that are toxic and might cause a bowel obstruction. Oh, that's bad. You could do a series on the creatures of Thra. I don't know what Thra is, like you did with the Monster Manual. I see now why you made a song called Marine Biologist. I actually didn't know about that book at the time we wrote that song. I found it later. Oh, okay, so let's get back to our Therizinosaurus. So, I kind of like the back of the head. Get the back of the head in there. We get these. I feel like maybe the foreshortening is too big now. I brought it too close. All right, scratch that. Bring it back to the original size. Maybe give it even more of a tilt. Get it right up close to the edges there. Ba-da-da. We don't want to crowd the edges, but we want it to be there. Ba-da-da. And okay. What should I have him or her grabbing? All right, so there is the shoulder-ish area right here, the old humpback, and then we can cover all this up with, we can just have like a bunch of stuff in the foreground here, like framing it even a little bit. And then I'll have to look at my anatomy a little closer. But so shoulder, we could put wings on it. I don't know. Is that correct? Is that the correct morphology? And then if he had, now he's not putting his arms around anything anymore. But something like that, I guess. Where's his leg? The hip bone's connected to the thing bone. The thing bone's connected to the other bone. The other bone's connected to the next bone. And all right, maybe he's not holding on to something. I think okay, let me change back to green. Like if there's something here, he could be pushing it down to the side, right? That would cover up, depending on how tall we made it. Maybe we just make it shorter. I don't want it to cover up too much of his anatomy. But he could be like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Right? Something there? Let's go back to blue. I don't know. Is it a log? And then we put some foliage, to quote Marge Simpson, in the back there. I always like the prickly hair. All right. I feel like this could be the one. It's not super great, but it's enough. And it's a good start. And then the rest of it would be back here. No. So that could be our composition. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit, so adjust the framing. Should I tilt it more? Should I tilt it up this way? No, I feel like it was good where it was, more or less. So this is what we have done today. Thra is the world of the Dark Crystal. Oh, yes, I see. That actually would be pretty cool. You're talking about coelacanth. Yes. Naomi Adams is here. Hello, welcome. Have I seen you before? I'm not sure. In the old live stream. So we've finished the Therizinosaurus rough sketch. I'm going to use this as the guide for my actual physical drawing. Here's I don't know, it's a plant of some kind. When I do that, which might be tonight, I don't know if I have time. I'm going out of town. I feel like this forearm is too long, but you know what? Maybe I don't worry about that right now. Yeah, I could fix the tail up a little bit so it looks more correct and less crap. But yeah, this is there's our starting point for the actual. I think it'll be ink. I think I will do it in black ink. Could do it in pencil, but I think I'll do it in black ink. Okay, so next up on the itinerary is Cthulhu in a bubble tea. Number 2. Let me just find. Let me go to the Google and go bubble tea. Just want to image. I want a straight up here. This is the classic. Okay, great. Copy image. I'm gonna drop it in. Did I save recently? I feel like I did. I'm going to. Oh, should I do the top? No, I think I'll do. I don't think there's any need to do the top one. So, okay. Let me just. We'll make this. Sure, red is fine. Oh, some music from. It wouldn't have the Boba monster. These appear to have lids on them. But where I come from, which is in Vancouver, typically they just have a plastic top. So I think that's what we'll do. And we can put. I feel like that angle on that straw is not enough. So let me take that over here. Oh, I drew it on the wrong layer anyway. So stupid. Okay. So stupid. Why do you gotta be so stupid? Stupid. Okay. So this is the top. You got the little thing at the... Again! I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Damn you, Snow. Okay. Got the little thing there. We will... I feel like the straw should be coming in from the side. Okay, so that's all I wanted from that. Let's make it nice and big, because this is going to be a super rough sketch of actually let's go. Let me close that so we don't get any more messages from my workmates. Because if they talk about work stuff, that would be a breach of contract. Okay, so Cthulhu. Do we want him squished up? Do we want him squished? Like his little legs here. Boba's everywhere. Like maybe one of his hands. Let's give him the big old head. I feel like his wings. We'll keep room for his wings. It's just general shaping of a big old head. It's kind of cute. Maybe his eyes are also Boba shaped. This is becoming cute Cthulhu, which I'm not. Probably won't do that. Okay. Just erase. Ba 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 ba. And then where's the? I guess it goes behind him. I guess we just imagine that that's going behind him. The straw, I mean. Let's give him more. But I want him to be. Is he drinking a bubble tea inside his bubble tea? That might be fun. That makes me laugh. Right? Oh my god. This is absolutely nothing like I thought it's going to turn out when I got the idea. Sometimes things just come organically while you're drawing, and that is the magic. You know what's not going to happen? When that's not going to happen? When you're using AI to make an artwork. It's going to look generic. It's going to look crappy. It's going to look like slop. So it almost looks like it has a mustache, which is also get some texture here. Maybe we add some wrinkles. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I like it. I'm having a good time. You know, he's Cthulhu. Don't drive angry, Cthulhu. Let's give him a little bit. I'm trying to decide how much to make him look like a cartoon and how much to make him look. That's always a trick. How many tentacles does he have coming out of his mouth? What's in there? What's behind there? I feel like let me change his hand a bit. Give him more room for the bubble tea. Right. Make his hand small, like Donald Trump's. Should he be using both hands to drink it? Sure, why not? What flavor of bubble tea is Cthulhu eating, drinking? Oh, now I want bubble tea. Bup. I think this is pretty fun. Maybe this one is like up against the. I don't know about that. I think it's okay. If I only had a human brain. That's who this guy reminds me of. If I only had a living brain. Let's get rid of these. I can draw in the Bobas later. That's not a problem. Let's give him some wrinkles around the body parts here. But he's very human. Arms, which is fine. Cthulhu. I was talking with my friend, the person that just messaged me. Let's have his feet up against the bubble tea container as well, because why not? My coworker Kyoko is from Japan, and I found out yesterday. Well, okay, I already knew that Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing game, is quite popular in Japan, so that was not news. But I did not know that my coworker, because I gave her a sticker in my band, as I gave many of my coworkers, because the sticker place where I get them made is actually very, very close to my workplace studio. It's not anatomically sound, but that actually kind of makes it more funny. You can definitely, okay, so let's I kind of feel like, okay, let's separate the legs a little more. Let's put this one over here. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can Adam says, well, his bubble tea is Yogg-Sothoth. That's a good point. Yeah, so I found out my coworker from Japan is into Cthulhu. So that's fun. And so this is topical right now. Bubble tea, bubble tea. So that's a little more interesting, I think. And then, I don't know, the rest, all the other empty space is just going to be, oh, I got to finish his, I got to do his wings up properly. Okay, so let's get rid of that straw. I feel like there could be something funny, like, I almost feel like that straw could be like, maybe he's looking up at the straw. Would that be funny? I don't know which one I like. Like, is the straw poking in, bothering him, poking into his he's all scrunched up against the cup. Like, I feel like, oh, okay, Photoshop, you and your shenanigans. Actually, that one I didn't mind, but this one I feel like it should be like more, I don't know. You can see the joints a little bit more. Yes? No? Maybe so? How do bat wings work again? This is like a finger. I mean, they don't have to be like bat wings, because he's a creature from another dimension / cold depths of space. But and let's just go to a different color. Let's make a nice gross green, darkish green, and then these will be, just put some pearls in here. Some happy little pearls. Pearls, 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 pearls. Right? Originally, I thought he was going to be holding one of the pearls, and don't do that to me. Kind of like, I don't know, just contemplating the pearl. But I think him drinking a bubble tea inside a bubble tea is pretty fun. So that's part 2. Thank you. That was fun and quick. Happy days. Where can I get a Darkest of the Hillsides ticket sticker? You can get them on Threadless, our Threadless store, but they're going to cost you a pretty penny. I have a few here. I have some. I need to see my monitor. I need to see my streaming. I have this sticker here. I have the new stickers. Sorry, they're in a bag, but there's Cthulhu holding up the logo. And then finally, I have a sticker of just an old gig poster that we had probably in the 90s. If you send me like $6 in postage, I'll mail you all those stickers and maybe some other fun stuff. TorrinAtkinson@gmail.com. Just message me there. All right, so that's that. That is that. Let's save our file, and now let's go to the other thing we want to do today, which is how are we doing for time? 45 minutes. Okay, not terrible. This we are going to draw. These are all screen grabs. This is my Dungeons and Dragons map I'm working on. Let me start with the bottom one, actually. So this is the Prison of Agassiz. The Prison of Agassiz is a place near Vancouver. It's not the Prison of Agassiz, it's the Prison of Agony. And this appears in the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon episode number 8, Servant of Evil. And we're going to add that to the map of underpants from all the other episodes of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon up to 7. Let's see if we can do it. And I think I even have the right brush. I've been using chisel nib for the last 2, which were the Swamp of Sorrow, seen here. And then this is the Veil of Mist. So now we are drawing the Prison of Agony. And we're going to draw it. Let's draw it right here. Come on now. Let's draw it right here. Yep. Last one. We don't need that one. I think there's only 4 images. 5. 5 reference images that I drew. I think this is actually the same. This is from the same drawing. But it doesn't matter. Maybe it's this one. Maybe this one is the same as the drawing. But it doesn't matter. It really makes no difference. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm trying to make a map of the entire season 1 locations. It's impossible to make it 100% accurate to the cartoon in terms of where everything is in relation to each other, because that's not even remotely addressed in the cartoon. But sometimes in an episode they will say, you can, like in the last one, you can find, they were in the Veil of Mist, and the gnome said, you can find Lucian in the Swamp of Sorrow to the south, beyond the forest. So we know that the Swamp of Sorrow is south of the Veil of Mist. But otherwise, episode to episode, could be anything. All right, so let's shrink these happy little references down, and we will zoom into here. I'm going to try to... I have an appointment in Chilliwack at... I have to leave around noon, so that gives me just over an hour to be out the door. So I don't have too much time for this, but let's go to... I guess we'll do an underlayer. Let's merge all these reference layers into one. Give it orange is fine. We'll make a new layer. We're going to make that green is fine. And then there's a lot of up shots, but I don't really want to do an up shot. I want to do a down shot. So it's going to be more like this. I wonder if I can kind of split the difference and cheat it a bit. So let's... and then how to put it in context of a map. Many challenging... Dwayne Taylor's here. Hello. Katif says, I think I have seen actual people looking like this at a bubble tea. Adam says, don't look at me. I once made a shitty Lovecraft webcomic. Pondering the Boba Pearls. Yes, Cthulhu lies sipping in dead Relia. Thank you, Katif. All right, so let's say kind of straight on, I guess. But how much of the crater do I want to see? Maybe I'm drawing too much prison and not enough crater. But it is a big crater. But again, we can stylize. We can stylize. We don't have to be a slave to reality. So there is this. Okay. Let me try. Here's the crater. Here's the volcanic crater. The entirety of the crater. Let me get rid of all of that crap that I drew. This is the crater. Right? This is the lava. The magma. Or maybe that's not the lava. Maybe the magma is down here. And then that would kind of put this, I don't know, tower structure over here. Just blocking everything in right now. Which would mean the Prison of Agony is so small. But we can just make it bigger. We'll just make it bigger. It's got the chains, the 3 chains that lead to the ring around the middle. 3 massive chains. Yeah, we can offset that a little bit. Why not? I guess, I could do the drawbridge down. I could do the drawbridge fully up, but that looks kind of weird. I could do it halfway down. I think I'll just do it all the way down. And then there's another level of crater up here. I think that's how it's gonna have to be. Right? Something like that. We can see some of the... Yeah. And then there's a bunch of spikes on this. And then this tower is all so much in the shade in the background that it's gonna be tough, but we'll figure it out. Feel like okay. Let me zoom into my reference here. Feels like there's a big... Oh, I see. Okay, there's like cow horns. Venger horns. It's got the Venger horn motif to it. Kind of, sort of. And then was there another one? I think that's the same angle. So not really. Okay, that's cool. So there's like 2 or 3 buildings around the main tower. That's fine. So let me change to another color. This could be... Let's get it right. Let's not beat around the bush here. And then, I don't know what's here. I guess this is the top lip of the... Do I need to draw anything here? Probably not. Maybe it's just... Maybe I just put a little wall here. It's like a framing device. And so there's a tower there, and I believe there was a tower here. Small, maybe another smaller building there. And then the main tower. Just basically copying what I'm seeing here, because it's more or less the correct angle. And then the main tower comes up like a phallus. And there's that one window there. And then we get the Spider-Man. And then what? See, I think there's supposed to be a wall around here, so or I don't know what that is supposed to be. The lip. Which means I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller because it's supposed to fit inside this red frame. I keep crowding the frames on these. As I go further and further, all these locations get more and more complex. Let me flip this just to see. Transform. Is there anything bothering me about the general shape? I feel like that's fine. Oh, here's some Dungeons and Dragons music. Appropriate. I mean, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. It is a natural chasm. So don't get too wrapped up in that. Something like that. And then, yeah. Okay. So that is our... Don't need to draw all those details right now. But let me... Okay. That's cool. All right, let me flip that back. And we can just start drawing the final version. Right? Who's with me? Now, for most of these locations, let's have a look. The light source is coming from left to right. You can see the shadow is all on the right side of most of these places. But some locations, like the river that rains upside down. And maybe that's the only one. There is no sun. And I feel like in this, like the light source is definitely going to be coming from beneath. So we'll keep that in mind. Make this layer blue. This is going to be our final layer. I'm going to go full black. I'm going to change my brush size to 15. And let us now draw. Boom. Ba-bum. 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 Da-da-da-da-da. Some Gotcha Man music. Battle of the Planets. Zoom in a little bit more. Let me get my... Where's my reference? My reference is orange layer? Yes. Let's put that above the frame for now. But my drawing above the reference. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Right? And then there will be another one here-ish. Just a crack. You're not going to go Little Mermaid with the tower spires? Yeah, you know, it's not a bad idea. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I have one of those VHS tapes, which is fun. I guess this one has that shape on there as well. Okay, so this is, look at all these freaking shapes. So many horns. Why you gotta be so horny? That's what Tiamat said. Okay. Oh yeah, I do kind of see this. There is a framing thing here. So maybe we just add some more. All right. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Just shapes are fine. Don't need to get too in the weeds here. No one's gonna care. What am I doing? That is the actually that's fine. I guess. Right, this comes out here, and that goes there, and then that goes out there. This would all be in shadow, but well, I guess we're cheating that too. So then maybe this should be, yes, let's do that. Something like that. Something like that, and we'll just. That's fine. We're not gonna fiddle with it. it is what it is, as they say, as the kids like to say. So that's that part. All right, let me move my reference away. And we can, let me save my work. Saving. 2968. There we go. I guess we'll do the, I feel like I did the wrong angle, but don't really know. Don't really care. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like the top would be, if the light source is coming from below, then wouldn't that be all in shadow? I feel like it would. And it goes, but it goes to the top, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes on the top of that ring. So you know what? I guess the ring starts here. The ring starts here, my friends. The ring starts here. I need to move my reference over. Let's grab this. Move it up here. And that should do it. Did I just draw the thing on the wrong layer again? I think I did. Okay. Alright, this is fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it. This is the top of the ba 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 ba. This is, we're listening to Saul Hoopy right now. All right, get another one up top here. I feel like that's all fine and dandy. Right? Something like that. Not exactly the same angle, but close-ish. And probably should be straight. That's fine. That's fine. Little over here. Dangerous prison of agony. Ugh. Yes, why not? Why not? Okay. So then the bridge. We'll redraw the bridge. Get off my bridge, is what Captain Picard would say if he were here right now. And then draw these giant, a little more forced perspective on these chains. And well, we get to draw some spikes, which is always fun. Spikes. Are they symmetrical in any way, or are they kind of random? Seems like they're kind of random. But I like how the shadow is cast above. So we don't need to worry too much about I can try to infer some. No, the light would be on the bottom. Torin, pay attention. Adam says, now I must away. Well, goodbye. You're not going to go, Little Mermaid. Oh, I already read that one. I'm behind. I mean, I'm ahead. All right, so. This will be the rim. And where does the chain attach? It's not really. Oh, there are big bars. Okay. There's going to be a big bar here. All right, so let's do that. Chain. Bump, 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 bump. And it goes kind of to the middle. So this is a giant metal. And then this is all going to be. This is all in the shadow. There's more Dungeons and Dragons music. Oh, there'll be a metal bar here too. Okay. And there it is. There's your happy little metal bar. I should go right up to the top there. Can put some. That's fine and dandy. I feel like we're almost done. Just make this look a little more like rock. Right, so there would be, we would see the top of the bar over here as well, which is cool. And we don't have to be too. Oh, excuse me. This also sounds like Battle Beyond the Stars. Okay, I think don't know if we want to do too much texture on the... Let's get rid of our fake layer. Let's zoom out. I feel like that's not too bad. Let's just make the outline a little... Okay, actually, make those thicker so they so it reads a bit more. That those bars are there. And then we can outline our Prison of Agony a little bit more. Maybe we make some of these lines a little bit thicker. And I think we're good to go. I feel like this should be a big... Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me once again for this threefer. We went 1 hour and 7 minutes. Let's take a look at our entire map here. My gosh, it's getting big, isn't it? Well, this is going to be... Put this in 08, Servant of Evil. There we are. And, yeah, it's coming along. I think there are 13 episodes in the first season. So I got... And it averages about 2 locations per episode. So I got away easy with this one. But next one is the... there's definitely one. There's the Lost Tower of the Celestial Knights. The next episode, episode 9, is Quest of the Skeleton Warrior. And there's also like a Stonehenge that they have a big battle in at the end of the episodes, which is close to the tower. So we'll do that next time. When will that next time be? Nobody knows. I'm super swamped at work, so I'm coming home at like 9 o'clock every night, and I'm tired. But starting next Friday, it should be a little easier. So maybe there'll be a stream on Friday. Maybe there'll be a stream on some other time. And thanks for coming. Like and subscribe. Do all that stuff that you got to do. Patreon. If you like my art, you can send me $1 a month on Patreon, and I would be very happy. And you would say, hey, I support the arts, and that'd be something good. So, until next time, I wish you a happy Sunday. Thanks for coming, K-Tiff, Dwayne, and Adam. Is there anyone else here? And who else? There was somebody else here briefly. No? I guess that's it. And I will wish you. What is it, the thing I say? I will see you next time. What's my catchphrase? On the internet. Bye-bye.